We've got the LA Times going bankrupt, and Paradise Post is expanding Kona-side and getting all of these people. And you've got a thicker paper than the West Hawaii Today, by the way, and it's doing well. And please support the Paradise Post, particularly your friends that don't live here permanently. I've suggested to David, and I think he's doing it now, and I think there's a coupon in there for it, where you can buy it at home and have it shipped to you, because it's not a timely article. That information is your connection with Hawaii and not only things that are going on here, but your breeze of aloha. And before I go into this new Time article, which says it all for all of us here, that the time has finally come. There's always a cover of Time magazine that says it. My favorite one in the old days, second favorite, was Freud doesn't have all the answers. Is there something missing? And they had a piece of puzzle, Freud with his brain missing. And that was the cover of Time magazine. And then when Angels made the cover of Time magazine, I thought was a really wonderful step forward. And what in heaven is going on? Everybody's talking about angels. And I have to acknowledge my dear friend from Ocean View that got us all started in angels in the early days. Miriam Baker was our angel lady here. And many of you who have been around that long know of her little miracles and some of the channelings that she did in the old days. Waven is the next one. Is he in here? Waven? Stand up, sir. We've got to see that magnificent frame of yours. And Waven's come home, born in Pila, and made a success in San Francisco. He's got one of the finest advertising eyes I've ever seen. His emails are so expensive I can't throw them away. You can really take your brand and place it out there. I'm telling you, this guy's got the eye for it. And Waven's got a wonderful story. I want him to retell it after I tell it, but I've got to say that is connected with his birth. And his mama was waking up from him kicking in her tummy violently at 1 in the morning, the night of the Hilo wave, and she was able to look out the door and see the entire sea receding, save the entire family. Went up Malka. The house was completely swept off of its foundation and placed on top of another house without breaking a glass or a dish in the house. Oh. And that's the story of how Waven Dean got here. You gotta get to know him, and he's the best male hugger I have ever. Doesn't burp you like the Marines, but it's snug. And this guy knows how to hug. And he's now I've got to watch my P's and Q's here, because every time I talk in this room, for some reason, first time I got tarred and feathered, and all I want to request this time is that it be Ulima feathers, you guys. Would it be all right? I want to use the word kahuna and then explain myself later. I think it's a title that should be reserved for Hawaiians only. Never called myself that, and I really don't like Howleys calling themselves that. There ought to be something left for the Hawaiians when they reclaim their full wisdom and their acknowledgement. And that would be it. But if I were going to call a certain person a kahuna, I would call Waven Dean one, and also Serge King, who's a Haole boy raised Hawaiian. And that could be very controversial, and it's not up for me to say it anyway. So I just wanted to mention that. Now, if you would, if we could take a moment with this powerful group, and if you'll just bear with me and trust me for a second, and let's just send a rainbow healing ray of energy to Binghamton. There's a massacre there this morning, and the community's very upset. And they can use our loving healing. The chant I want to do to go with this is a gentle chant, a feminine chant. Unfortunately, or fortunately, it usually rains every time I've done this chant sincerely, so we've got to see what the weather changes are outside. But it has to do with the misty rain and the fresh breeze. the cleansing, nurturing breeze. So if you will imagine, just take a good deep breath in through your nose, a couple of breaths, like my mind, build it that way. Missing piece to all prayer was, the Hawaiians do it all the time, just prepare yourself with a little extra breath. It cranks up your vibes immediately. And consider the notion of either an aka cord, like a silvery spiral smoke of incense burning, or a rainbow. It's very easy to remember that. Then you're no longer searching around the dark or throwing things in the dark. You're making a connection, and it just superpowers any intent you have, from loved ones that are far away to simply imagine your rainbow connection with them. All the way to Binghamton, New York. While they accept this chant, the name of the goddess Pele, the name of all feminine knowing and nurturing. As an Oli, Kalamaino. Akamakane na ue talau o kaniu. Akapu ako vale ikekula. Leha kamaka o komano ai pua lehua. Haba ukiki ulihi kana hele. Lita io ka au hele moala. E ala e ala e a. Kahiko ula kalama I ka pali. Oho kihe ka uke nana aku. Nawa ia e uali mai no. Kiki I ka ua nana I ka lani. Hikita hili opo I ka upela. Iala iala ia. Ha ye le ye. Ha ye le. He inono ka au hele moa. Meke mahalo nui loa ihi. Mahalo. Thank you. A second, come down here. Time Magazine, folks. April 6th, 2009. Edition. Body and spirit. Spas are so yesterday. At the new breed of wellness centers, you can now get a rub down for your soul. Time Magazine. It's mainstream, finally. I cannot give her what she wants. Nirvana's hands have been pressed against my heels for 10 minutes, and she'll be damned if she stops before I breathe into my feet. Let the energy go and give it to her. And I'm trying. This is a Wall Street executive, obviously. Now, I've got trouble reading this with tears in my eyes after my chant. Who's a good reader? Who would do me the honor? She was first, and I'd love for you to, keeping you as a backup. Would you dare come up here and read this article? It's very important. It has to do with what we're going to talk about, and about you guys and your living and going mainstream here. Can you read that?
Yeah, I'm just trying to, I think you stopped what I've tried willing my feet.
That's all right. Yeah, that's good.
To warm up, push out the mojo, even glow. I've tried breathing heavily, meditating, briefly falling asleep. There are crystals on my forehead, my chest, my throat, clutched in both my hands. But Narayan is not satisfied. Eventually she gives up. Whoa, dude, you put up a fight, she says. I'm at the Amrit Deva Wellness Center at Golden Bridge Yoga in Hollywood to improve my focus, my center, and my mind-body relationship. In short, I'm here because I live in LA, and this is what we do. Wellness centers are popping up in Los Angeles, says Narayan. A